Hey kids, Robin Robbins here, founder of technologymarketingtoolkit.com. Wanted to shoot a video, kind of give you an update of some rather alarming things that I'm starting to see as a trend in the MSP VAR IT services industry. As many of you know, our core focus is working with MSPs, VARs, IT service companies. Our clients tend to run a little bit like the sub 10 million, which is the majority of the industry. Of course, we've got a lot of clients that are, 30 million, 40 million, but the majority are 10 million or below. And we're starting to see some alarming trends. And by the way, it's not just myself. I had this week, 4 conversations with different CEOs of vendors in our industry that service the MSPs and VARs and IT service companies, whatever, acronym you like to describe yourself or predominant business model. And they're all saying the same thing. In us, we have seen a 500% increase in just contacts going out of business. So in our CRM, I was just looking this up, we have about 25,000 MSP sweet spot prospects. Okay, so these are, valid, in business, they're an MSP. We've got that just as prospects. Our client database is over 15,000 and, where they're a customer, they're active. And then we've got all our vendors. So we've got a really good pulse of what's going on in this industry because of all the clients we have. We run a big peer group in this industry. We're constantly doing marketing to this industry. So we're having a lot of conversations. And we have seen a 500% increase in the small guys closing their doors. Now, so far, and the vendors I've talked to kind of confirm this as well. It's all the guys that are sub 500,000 are really struggling right now because they don't have marketing systems in place. Even if they're a client of mine, they may have bought the toolkit, but they really never implemented it. So they don't have any marketing systems in place. They don't have a healthy recurring revenue, so they're not selling managed services. They might have like 1 or 2 managed services clients, but not a lot, not enough to float them. They're getting clients that aren't paying them. Projects are being held. Customers are going out of business. They're losing ground and they don't have cash reserves. So they are closing their doors and getting a job, or they're contacting their closest competitor and saying, hey, will you take me? And so, and that's another way of getting a job. I mean, they're not getting equity. They're not like partnering with their competitors. They're basically rolling their business into that. And I think this is just the tip of the iceberg. We are in a recession. Everything I'm seeing is pointing to a greater crash coming. The financial analysts and the websites and the documentation and the newsletters and the people I talk to who are in that industry, the term they keep using is there is going to be a bankruptcy tidal wave coming our way. The PPP loans are starting to run out. The government assistant loans, SBA loans, other money from the government starting to run out. A lot of them got a little bit of a forgiveness from their credit card company, from their landlord. They got a couple months where they could not pay. That's all starting to come to an end. So I think we're in to see a big economic crash coming, and we're just starting to see the beginnings of it. Now, another thing that I saw is, I'm hearing from a lot of people who are saying, Robin, before COVID, man, I was getting 5, 6, 7, 8 leads a month, pretty consistently, good quality leads. And now we're going to 0. And, nobody's answering the phone. Nobody's responding to the marketing. And, when I dig into these comments, when we get the emails or I see it on our queue or I see it out on social media and we talk to these clients, what I'm seeing happening is a lot of people stop doing marketing. So it's not a mystery that the leads dried up. I said, well, what are you doing for marketing? And they're like, well, we paused everything. We paused all our ads. We paused, we paused the direct mail. We're not making telemarketing calls because no one's answering the phones. And you gotta, if you're going to stop doing marketing, you can't be shocked that the leads are going down to 0. Networking events aren't happening, so people aren't talking to each other. So referrals are going to dry up a little bit just because of that. And it's not that the marketing's not working. It's just that it may take you twice the effort to get the same results. Does that mean you stop marketing? See, I don't think so. I think you have to change your approach. You have to be more sophisticated with what you're doing. You got to be more strategic with what you're doing, but you do not want to stop marketing. I think there's a bigger flood coming, and now is not the time to say, well, we're going to stop building the ark because it's raining outside a little bit. No, that's the precursor to the flood. The rain is coming. You ought to be working 24/7, building your arc right now, doing the marketing, building your list, communicating with existing customers, being creative in what you're selling, because I think we're going to see more companies going out of business and cutting contracts and not paying and money being parked for a while. Now, I hope to God this is short. I hope they find a vaccination for this, vaccine for this virus. I hope that, or it just goes away. I don't think it's going to go away, but, I hope that all of that comes true, but I just don't see it happening anytime soon. And they're predicting that the economy really won't even start to recover until the end of next year. So we are in for another year and a half of this misery, and I think we haven't seen the bottom yet. So you have a decision to make, and that decision right now is, are you going to sit by and cry and whine and moan and say, well, nobody's answering the phone and nobody's spending money on IT and the economy's just bad, and are you going to just roll over and take it? Or are you going to step up and just get refocused and stop doing low money work, stop doing unproductive things like screwing around on Facebook or binge watching Netflix or whatever the hell you're doing, or even supporting unprofitable clients? Are you going to continue to do those things, or are you going to double down on marketing? Are you going to get after it now, get after it aggressive, so that not only do you survive this, but you come out even stronger, so that you come out even more profitable, so you come out leaner and more profitable, and you have better clients, and you've got new services that you've packaged together and you've sold. Because not everybody is dying. Even though we've seen a 500% increase, that doesn't mean every single person is dying. Right now, we have clients that they're killing it. They're growing. They haven't seen any dip whatsoever. Some of them are busier than ever. And it's not everybody, because the majority have seen some decrease, whether they'll admit it or not. They have seen some decrease, or they're basically treading water. They've gotten a few clients, but they've lost some, so they're kind of sort of in that holding pattern. But here's what I would suggest, and that is, we have a roadshow that we're going to be doing coming up in the fall. And the URL is recessionproofyouritbusiness.com. I will post that in the video below, but recessionproofyouritbusiness.com. And during that event, I'm going to be talking about how to be very strategic about business development, because you don't want to just go, okay, we're just going to do more marketing and get more leads. You've got to be strategic. And it's not just going to take just doing more marketing. You want to be more strategic about business development. And most people really don't think about business development. They don't think about plugging all the holes in the bucket, because that's the first thing you want to do. Stop letting money leak out of your organization. And right now, I guarantee you, there are thousands of dollars leaking out of your organization, holes in your bucket that you don't even know about. And that's why one of the things I'm going to give you is a whole map of how to find the hidden cash in your business. And I'm preparing for this and I've changed our roadshow, because we were going to do a different theme, but I've changed it all because I see this as a necessity for you, for our industry. If we're going to survive this, if you're going to survive it, I'm going to survive it. But if you're going to survive it, then you need to be here with us. So go to recessionproofyouritbusiness.com. Make sure you get registered for one of the events. We're going to be covering all this material. I'm going to be giving you new campaigns, new tools, new strategies to look at, so that when we come out of this, you're leaner, you're stronger, you're more profitable, and you're doing it more strategically, not just doing more stuff, more leads, more customers, but again, being far more strategic. So again, right below the video here somewhere, I am going to post the link. Please make sure you click on it. Get registered if you have any concerns or questions, all the details about how we're social distancing people and keeping people safe, when the events are being held. All those questions, everything are on the website. If you can't find your answers there, give us a phone call or email us, and we're happy to assist. But by all means, guys, make a better decision and decide that you're going to get after it. You're not going to roll over and die, that you're not going to roll over and just accept what's going on. Trust me, you're in IT, you're an essential business. You at least have that going for you, okay? Don't let your business fall apart. Don't watch it crumble. Don't watch all your hard work that you've been doing for the last couple of years just kind of disintegrate. Get after it, own it, and I'll be right there with you with strategies, with tools, with campaigns, with leadership, with this amazing community that we've built. and we're going to strengthen you, and we're going to show you the way. So again, recessionproofyouritbusiness.com. Get after it, and I will see you there.